We're very blue on this grand day, yes. We're blue dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Dabba dee dabba die. Been a bit since we've streamed Grand Blue, huh? I think last time we streamed Grand Blue was the silver event, wasn't it? So I think literally the last match of Grand Blue I've played on stream was the laggy match versus Vermilion. I think that quite literally is the last Grand Blue match I played on stream. Holy shit. Well, that's a thing. That is most certainly a thing. Yeah, it was good, Kirby. Not too bad. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. All the positive and good vibes. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing alright there, Kirby.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Nier.
Cosmos. Yeah, on your break from social media for 4 months. That's a long ass break. Although I can't exactly blame that. Social media is yeah. How long what the hell? How long into your break are you? This game sometimes. I keep going social media break. Like I said, do not blame you. Oh yeah, that's yeah. 2XKO is out, and people are already trying to say the game is dead and are trying to kill it. Marvel Tokon and Invincible Versus aren't even out yet, and people are already calling it dead. People are calling Avatar, the Avatar fighting game, one of the worst fighting games I've ever seen. It's like, my god, chill, people. Chill, let people play what they want to play. Welcome back, Joss. Zane Smirk plus Grimnir Dash equals very happy Android 21. Let's go, Rays. Appreciate the 13 months, dude.
Great.
Yo, and the Rose Hashira with the 4 months. Appreciate it, Rose. Hey Rose, did you see the Demon Slayer movie? What'd you think of it if you did? Hey Chris, how was your Turkey Day? Pretty relaxing. We ended up not doing Turkey Day yesterday. We're actually doing Turkey Day today. So yesterday's ended up being a bit more relaxing. Went on a 31 game win streak and 2x KO, which is always a plus. So that was fun. Got a few more shinies in Legends EA. Played some Hearthstone. Some of my probably a good portion of my Magic the Gathering deck for avatars should be coming today. So definitely looking forward to that. I think at least half of the cards for it are coming today. So it's going to make for a pretty good Friday, if I do say so myself. And Strauss, I assumed that's what you had meant, because last time we heard from you, you said that you were about a week out from having your PC back. So I guess that time has passed and you were back. In that case, as I said, welcome back. Happy to have you back there, man. Tony's been having to Tony's been trying to steal your spot as our resident YouTube commenter. You're gonna have to take that spot back now. But when I don't know. Colonel didn't show up last stream, so I'm honestly not sure. It's very good. I got inspired by one of the Shinobu scenes. I've been working on an art piece for it. If you get, whenever you finish it, Rose, if you're not in the Discord, if you're not in, I honestly don't remember if you're in our Discord or not. But if whether you are or not, here's the Discord link for anyone that wants to join. Post that whenever you finish it, because I would love to see it. And yes, Chris, I would highly recommend the Infinity Castle movie. Me and my friends saw it in theaters. It was awesome. The fights were sick. The only thing bad about it is the fact that we have to wait for part 2, and then eventually part 3. But the fights in the first part were sick. I'm sure part 2 and part 3 they're going to be just as sick, if not more so. Then again, with the way the Akaza fight went, I'm honestly not sure if it can get much more sick than that, because it looks so cool. I need that shit to be available on Crunchyroll now, because I want to go watch it. I want to go watch that fight again. Aren't we all sick and tired of FGC drama? It's kind of just a given, honestly. FGC drama will never end. I was actually talking about that with my friend Justin not that long ago, and we were talking about how even though I am an old man when it comes to the FGC, I'm very old, obviously. the I've only technically been in the FGC now for around 4 years, and I've seen quite a bit of drama over the course of those 4 years. But I was talking to my friend Justin, and he's been around for a lot longer than I am. I'm just like, I couldn't even imagine the amount of shit that he has seen, especially since the era, especially since there's a lot less shit talking now going on compared to back then. So I'm sure it used to be way worse before I ended up joining. Fair enough. Spin! Again! Oh. Kick. Don't spoil it. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything. Akaza was in the was in the trailer though, so that's not a spoiler. But I will not spoil anything that happens. Who fights who, what fights who, what fights are what. I will spoil nothing. All I know is if you're a fan of the series, you will like it. Oh, so there you go. Colonel, Arcana keeps asking, when's the next? When are we continuing our Nuzlocke? Social media too negative and toxic, but for the sake of mental health and well-being are all reasons why. Again, Kirby, definitely understandable. Definitely understandable. Can't wait to play this game at Frosty. I've pretty much been primarily just hard grinding for 2x KO, but I will be entering this game at Frosty, much to the dismay of my fellow NA Grand Blue players. I received many negative comments towards myself about the fact that I entered Risk. Oh, okay, no, a bunch of kids messed up your Demon Slayer viewing. Damn. Yeah, we didn't have any for ours. We just ended up running into, or there ended up being plenty of people around our age that showed up in cosplay. So that was fun. Me and my friend, we were joking like we should have next time we're buying masks to bring. Saying the troll? Yes. Yeah, it's a drama just in that time alone. Yeah. Let's see weekend. So this weekend works. Not sure if it should do today since I'm actually doing Turkey Day with my family today. So we're basically streaming until whenever that is. So probably not today, but literally any time. But I got nothing going on this weekend outside of just streaming the usual. So anytime this weekend, I am down. And fair enough. And fair enough for those 1 p.m. tomorrow. Sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but not sure how many top Grand Blue players are showing up in Frosty Rose. But I can guarantee you one thing: for 2xKO, you're going to see a lot of Europeans, because of what it sounds like. Riza and Abu are gathering the Avengers of Europe to come to Frosty to fight to fight for that 20,000 prize. Grand Blue Whites, I'm not sure if the EU squad are going to be coming, or if any Japanese players are going to fly over. Probably going to come down to how many or how well the rest of the Asian tournaments go, since they kind of have a lot over the course of the next couple weeks. Let me pull up the schedule real quick. So I know Asia's literally got a gauntlet of them. Okay, so we just had B Pro Cup. This weekend there's Tiger Uppercut in Thailand, as well as Mindset in France. And then 2 weeks later 2 weeks from now is the Lagless Cup in Japan, and then that same weekend is Ace Fight, which is in Korea, and the following week they have the Fight Club Championships in China, and then 3 weeks after that they have oh, never mind, that's Guilty Gear. That same weekend is a tournament in Austria, so more for you. And then the week after that is Tokyo, and then 2 weeks after that is Frosty, and then we're done. So I actually didn't realize that they were across. That some of these were in the same weekend. I didn't realize that Korea and Japan were the same weekend, but yeah. So EU's got 2. Asia's got 6, and then NA's got 1 left of the tour. What's up, Cassie? Come to Austria, bro. I don't need the points. I'm not going to fly to Austria. At this point, I'm not going to fly to Austria unless freaking my entire trip gets paid for. I literally have zero reason to go to Austria other than to just go to Austria. Just since I have no idea about the other regions. Fair enough, Rose. Yeah, basically. So for the most part, 2xKO's kind of been dominated for the most part in Europe by either Wade, Noka, Leffen, and Zando seem to be the ones that primarily have been doing the best over there. Primarily because Wawa doesn't seem to enter all that much, but Wawa just got picked up by a giant sponsor. So odds are he's going to start entering a lot more. And whenever he does enter something, he wins. So that's probably going to be a thing. And odds are he is coming to Frosty. Odds are Noka and Wade are probably both coming to Frosty. We'll see if Leffen does too, but odds are they're all like I said, the EU Avengers are probably going to be making their trip over here, which should make for a very interesting Frosty Faustings, to say the least, and also a very difficult Frosty Faustings. One of the reasons why I'm pretty much spending all my time on that game. Then, like I said, I technically can flop in Grand Blue at Frosty and be a-okay. I just have to make sure I start grinding Grand Blue after Frosty for the finals 2 months later. What's good, Zambi? How goes the grinding of Blue today? It's going alright. Only played one game so far. We were just talking about how many tournaments are left in the tour and where they're at, being basically being in like 70% Asia left in the tour, primarily because they haven't had that many so far this year, which is kind of bad for the likes of Monarch and BSG, who are both just out of the cut right now. It really is just going to be only me to qualify through points for NA, isn't it? Who sponsor Wawa? Let me double check what their name is. I hate the fact that Wawa is also the name of a very popular store. So when I type in Wawa, that's what pops up. There we go. They're called Gentle Mates. They are a French esport team.
Hey everyone.
430k subs on YouTube, 305k followers on Twitter, including the Esports World Cup. So it appears to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, esports team in France. And 2XKO is and Wawa is their first ever fighting game player. Looks like they got Rocket League, Fortnite, TFT, Valorant, Age of Empires, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, and another Call of Duty. So Wawa's their first fighting game player, and then they also brought on RZA with him to help basically run their fighting game division. So when it comes to choices of first players and person to run the division, yeah, Gentle Mates, yes. It's kind of hard to choose two better people than Wawa and RZA. They're probably literally the two best people you could pick, in all honesty. Hey, nice Cassie. So Strauss just got a new PC, and then you're getting yours. And mine got fixed not that long ago. Say everybody at PCs. Also, Rip Rice. Yeah, I hadn't heard of them either until Wawa got signed by them. That's mainly because of the fact that I'm not French. B, I'm not from EU in general, and C, I don't really follow any of those games anyways, and they're not, and they haven't this is their first FGC sponsor, so it makes sense. And yeah, most definitely, if they're going to choose one player and one person to run the FGC side, like I said, it's really hard to pick two people better than Wawa and RZA. Very happy for them. always funny to. It's always funny thinking that there's a chance that. Also, I look very tired. It's always funny to think that someone's going to be scrolling on Twitch or something, and then they're just going to randomly see a screen. Then they're just randomly this stream, and then they're going to see my stream, and it's just going to be the close up of my face just staring blankly at them.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Just a funny thought. Oh, come on!
Battle 2. Engage.
It's both weak but also incredibly ignorant at the same time.
Battle 1. Engage. Great.
Oh, so what's good? What's a good Aqua?
Great.
Obviously, your stream is the best. Imagine the stream. Imagine that's literally the whole stream. It's just me. It's just me staring staring blankly at the camera for the entire stream.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great.
I'm assuming he meant unique skill rather than you attack. So we're talking what's the strongest ultimate move in the entire game. Yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to say anything besides bros.
Battle 2. Engage.
Nah, I'd give it to bro. I'd give it to bros before I give it to Flame Carpet or Butterfly. It really is that good. Okay, Aqua. Now you're just trolling.
Belia versus Grimner.
Grimnir DP has been discussion for best old skills. That's cute.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Fair, Cassie, but if you think about it, though, you would also your 2-2U you would also get hit out of 2-2U even though you hit him by ultimate bros as well. What the hell? What the hell?
Battle 2. Engage.
Aqua, you're such a troll. Osmosis. Osmosis. Osmosis Jones. Interesting. My turn. Wow. Kick. God, that didn't know that much. How did that not hit him? What the shit, man? You're going. He was like he was in the tornado, but he wasn't getting hit by it. What the hell? So it would seem. Get off me!
Battle 2. Engage.
I may have went to re-chat there. I may have went to re-chat there and accidentally heavied instead of medium because I didn't realize he wasn't crouching there. Yo, Trunks, 42 months. Appreciate that, Trunks. Holy hell. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate it, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you there, Trunks. Ow. I didn't want to set all four. To be fair, I did set all four. And I used none of the four. That was bad. That was really, really bad. He was just mashing the entire time, so I accidentally got a heavy reset.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Grimner. Believe in victory.
Uh-oh.
Battle 1. Engage.
He still plays this game? Sorry.
Battle 2. Engage. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
He caught me on my dash startup. I don't know why I guard canceled there. I literally reacted properly to it, and I guard canceled anyways, even though I was plussed. Okay, happy that worked.
Excellent. Great.
That round where he went into install must have been like the most disappointing round of all time for you, huh? What? Went into install, got double 667, and round immediately ended. I'm pretty sure I could learn many things from Yobu, to be fair. That is true. That is straight up the FGC classic. Install into death.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus uhhh.
A duck.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
We're fighting a duck. Get down here. Come on. Sorry.
Battle 2.
Wow. One, two, three. But what games are you considering there, Strauss? You know what? Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. Completely understandable.
Battle 1. Engage.
That was a definite how dare I situation. Ole. What the hell is happening right now? I honestly don't even know.
Battle 2. Engage.
There's some new Grimnir tech combos, are there?
Battle 3. Engage.
That was an accident. But I didn't accidentally do that. No, I'm asking if there are. If there are, I have no idea. Soon, Cassie. Rising 2 SKO, main and Rising still not sure to play in 2X like Darius and I work, but I'm extremely bad there. I mean, they're very different. They're very different games. So if anything, that would just come down to which one you enjoy playing more in that sense. Two SKO is probably more popular right now, though. Then you'll run into more players for that.
Battle 2. Engage.
I want to do that too. combo. Well, I meant Strauss, not you, but fair. But it's fair at the same time. Only 11 characters in the game is a little rough.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Nah, Grand Blue, I always shit. I don't play this shit. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I wanted you to tell me sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm shit, and right now I'm shit. But sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Here begins Fate's episode. Eustace versus Grimner.
I found Jita.
Believe in victory.
Apparently I need to ask for something later.
Engage.
What the heck was that, Jita? Fair. There's a online tournament. Actually, no. I think well, technically it was online, but I'm pretty sure in the Japanese tournament there were 6 Yasuos in top 8s.
Battle 2.
People still try and tell me that Yasuo is not good. People still try and tell me that Yasuo has been properly nerfed and is balanced now. Jita, what are you doing?
Great.
Thought you're playing this? Hey, it's Friday.
Victory.
Friday is Grand Blue Day.
Engage.
Jita, what are you doing, girl? Is Vi still struggling? I mean, she's definitely struggling less now. It seems like people are definitely figuring more out about her, and I definitely undervalued her during my last tier list. So she's definitely doing pretty good. The issue again more so is just everyone is just playing top 4. As Cloud put it in his most recent video, you're either playing top 4 or you're playing top 4 plus a friend. Oh shit. Fair. I messed up my safe jump from that. Jita, no! Jita, no! So it was good, Grunge. No. It turns out we're actually doing Turkey Day today rather than yesterday. I don't think they've changed that. Cassie. I think people have just gotten better at it. Yeah, apparently my sister got called in to work on Thanksgiving. So apparently because of that, we're doing Thanksgiving today rather than yesterday.
Here begins Fate's episode. Vayne versus Grimner.
We'll see what happens.
One. Engage.
Okay. You blocked them though. Also, what the hell was any of that? You did round start freaking EX Lariat 3 times. What was any of that? I noticed! Because you did that repeatedly. I can't blame you, but what the hell?
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh shit. Also, Jada, I need to ask you something later. So just letting you know in advance. And also fair enough. Sorry, DB2? Sure, why not? Nah, why not?
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Enjoy making food straws. Round start DP. Hey, it worked! Alright, Cheeto was onto something, apparently. Sorry. Got him. How's our DP? Damn it, didn't work. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, though, Gio. If you're recovering from Thanksgiving, then I guess that means you had a good one, so glad to hear it. Oh yeah, we'll see what happens with 2SKO. I'm hopeful we're going to get a trailer for what's going on with 2SKO at the Game Awards. That'd be a really good place for it, right? Be a really good place for it. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But my assumption is we're going to get, or my guess is we're going to get an announcement at the Game Awards. Wow. Should've just about the lariat rock. Why did I let go of the block button? Ow. Man, imagine having a full screen lariat that's a full combo. Couldn't be me anymore. Good block. Terrible punish. That was me at that was me at combo breaker. At combo breaker, I kept using the block button every time Zeron jumped, but then when I went to let go with the block button, I got spot dodge and died. Give me a 2H. God, Grimnir Tornado now. I mean, it works. Yeah.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Enjoying Tekken in peace. Is there such thing? Enjoying Tekken in peace. That's not what I wanted to do. I did. And that was way too delayed. Let me there. I was definitely begging to die by doing that. He's gonna mash. Oh, I didn't. Well, he kind of mashed. I got no escape. I supered! I supered! Damn it. It's probably that's the second time I've tried. That's the second time I messed up doing this. There we go. I should have just spot dodge. I saw the Raging Strike. I'm like, super, super!
Here begins Fate's episode. Versusia versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
That worked out. There we go. I can still do it. Well, never mind. No, I can't. I messed up immediately. I suck.
Battle 2. Engage.
Looking forward to after Frosty when I actually start practicing this game again and I stop being bad at the game. Till that day, I guess I shall continue to be bad at the game.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I am practicing before Frosty. I'm practicing 2xKO. I'm practicing what I'm primarily going there for. I don't need to win Frosty for Grand Blue. Hell, I don't even need to make top 8. Literally the only way Frosty will matter in terms for the Arc Tour would be if I win. Even if I get second, then nothing changes for me. So I'm going there for 2 scale. And then after Frosty will be hard practicing Gran Blue for that. Yes, it does, Gio. So I know you're gonna be practicing, so that way you can win and get a free trip. Wrong button. Dude, let me don't need practice. That is fair. Geniuses like you don't need practice, and people that play weird characters that nobody plays like me also don't need practice. I don't need to be good. I just gotta play my weird character that nobody plays. I win many games off of that alone. I'm not even gonna lie, game and like for Risk. Basically my warm-up game slash a game that I use, or a set pretty much that I use to try and remind myself how to play Gran Blue properly was my winner's top 8 match against Salts. Like literally, probably like 3 games into that set versus Salts, I'm like, oh yeah, so that's how you. All right, so that's how you do that. Oh right, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do here. one of the reasons why I ran the gauntlet from there. Because then it was just an onslaught of game after game after game, and each game I was like, oh yeah, that's how you do this. Oh yeah, that's how you do this. Oh yeah, that's how you do this. Basically, like literally reminding myself each set how to do something different as I remember how on earth to play this game. As I knock over my headset. Well, my other headset. I'll start playing Uno then. Alright then. That's a choice. Versusia.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, sounds good though. So sounds like I'll be congratulating you on your win then, Jita, and I'll see you in Korea. Is that what's going on? I'll be seeing you in Korea then. I wonder who's going to end up going to Frosty. I'm sure the usual suspects of BSG, Elsa, and Monarch are all going to go, since that's going to be their last chance to qualify, unless BSG does end up going to Side Games Cup. Which, if he does, I hope he got his freaking passport done and set up. Was good, Slime. How's the Street Fighter? How's the 2X KO? How's the Gran Blue? How's the possible Dragon Ball? And how's the internship?
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Be honest. Jesus Christ, Gita. Gita, I swear to God, you travel more for Gran Blue than I do. Cover everything. I tried to cover everything. It's great who's traveling. Fair. That being said, though, even if we end up traveling a similar amount, you definitely travel further than I do. I've never been to Asia before in my life. Meanwhile, you went to Evo Japan. You went to Evo Japan. You're going to Psy Games Cup. Agree then. Yeah. So Arc Finals is going to be my first time in Asia. Would definitely be interesting. And I'm hoping, with a little luck, whoever my sponsor is, going into next year, I'm hopeful that they'll send me to Evo Japan, since odds are Granblue is going to be there, 2SKO is going to be there. So I'm hopeful that my sponsor will send me there, but we will see. We will see. We will see. Yes, I just 6XL'd my negative frames. No, I don't. No, I do not care. But yeah, traveling for Granblue though is definitely a good excuse for traveling. Yeah, so that means since you're going to that and Frosty, you technically have 2 chances to qualify for Korea. Then all you gotta do is, and if you win Psy Games Cup, you get to gatekeep Tororo, and then you come back and win Frosty, and you gatekeep BSG. Should fire the method for neutral now because, and you won't believe this from how I played it. I was really uncommon. Interesting. And the ship has to reply to me to SKO. I've been playing somewhat casually in the game more. But Granblue, since I trained against Gabagool that one time, I have to play more Granblue. This game's so much fun. Fair enough. Well then that kind of just proves that you're better than me than Jita. I got wrecked by Gamera in casuals. We went even when it was me versus Beatrix, but as soon as he pulled out Versusia, I got gutted.
Versusia versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yep, which is why I am totally going to choose to boot up the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game beta next week. Right? Please? 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 Please let me into the beta. I know it's the same weekend as Marvel, but I promise I'll play a good amount of the Avatar game. Well, I don't have access to that right now. Potential or Avatar. Okay, if you gave me the choice, it would not have been a choice. It would not have been a fucking choice if you go between the Avatar game and Invincible versus. Give me the Avatar game immediately. Would not have been a question. Also, hello. Everyone's kind of assuming that I'm going to play Aang, and I'll be honest, I can't exactly argue against it. I do seem to have an affinity for wind-based characters. Besides that, Korra looks sick. Like I am not a Legend of Korra fan, and I'm a massive Avatar: The Last Airbender fan. But Korra in the fighting game looks sick. And Zuko is my favorite character across both series. But gameplay-wise, I'm not as interested in him, which I'm kind of disappointed about. And we have not seen anything from Katara at this point. So at the moment for the beta, if I do get in, it's looking like Aang and Korra for me. But we'll see what Katara looks like.
Battle 2. Engage.
What's up, Repos? Yep, it's Friday, so Grand Blue Day. And wouldn't surprise me if they did have a worldwide beta coming in the not too distant future, knowing the fact that the game is, I'm pretty sure, scheduled to come out summer next year. So they are going to have a worldwide beta. It's probably not going to be too far away. How good is Versusa against Grimnir? Very. No slime. The real answer to rage ban your opponents is entering a tournament for the Avatar game, playing as Zuko. And then after you beat somebody on Star GG, you type GG's, comma, that's rough, buddy. That's gonna be the real way you do it. That's rough, buddy. Why is this game lagging so much? That's rough, buddy. I just went 0-2. That's rough, buddy. I could have made top 8. It wasn't a stupid drop. That's rough, buddy. Oh, I am so going to need a "That's rough, buddy" sound clip for the Avatar game when that comes out. I am so going to need that as a sound clip for Twitch. New Zoe is very good against Grimnir. Old Zoe was really good against Grimnir. New Zoe is better. My girlfriend turned into a grappling main. No, that's rough, buddy. Run fast, run far. Ugh. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Again, and I will admit, it's primarily because of the fact that I am incredibly biased because I have not watched Invincible Versus. Meanwhile, I grew up with Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I'm just gonna pause just in case I keep getting the pursuit hits, but that was like 3 or 4 times in a row. So I'm definitely biased. That being said, though, that game looks incredibly anime in terms of movement, mix-ups, and combos. Hell, Aang's got freaking adult Gohan's fast fall. So definitely biased, but very excited for the Avatar game. And I said this once I saw the trailer, and I stand by it. If there's a world where if I said I'm flying to, or I'm driving or flying to Evo or something, right? And someone asked me, "Oh, what games are you playing there?" And I say the League of Legends fighting game 2XKO, Marvel Tokon, and Avatar Fighters, or Avatar, yeah, Avatar Fighters. You know how happy I would be if I get to say I'm flying to Chicago, I'm flying to Florida, I'm flying to goddamn Japan. Oh, what are you going to do there? I'm going to go compete in the League of Legends fighting game, the Marvel fighting game, and the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. You know how freaking cool that would be. How much child Zane would be screaming at the top of his lungs of how excited he would be to hear that was what was to come for him in the future. I mean, come on, that'd be pretty goddamn cool if that ends up happening. Well, I'm sure Marvel Tokon is going to catch on. The Avatar fighting game will. That's going to be a bigger question, since there's a chance it just becomes a net impact situation and flops on arrival. I'd be lying if I said there isn't a very real possibility of that, but I can be hopeful. I can be hopeful. Maybe it can be like an Under Night type of thing where it's not a top fighting game, but it's decent. It does all right. So, and it's at most tournaments. If it's that, I will be. If it's just that, I'll be more than happy with that. What are your thoughts on how Spider-Man looks? He looks so cool. He's got projectiles, he's got air movement, it looks like he's got mix-ups, and he's got set play with freaking web traps. He's freaking Byakuya with an air web swing. He is literally Byakuya with a projectile and web swings. Spider-Man, yeah. No. Yeah. Dur, did you not see the most recent video that shows off Spider-Man and Ghost Rider? If not, we might just have to pull it up and have you watch it. Web swing. Yeah, the same weekend as the Avatar beta. Like I said, I've got absolutely no idea how much of each game I would play if I get into both the Avatar game and the Tokon game. Cannot believe they're the same weekend. That sucks. Fair enough. I did sign. Fair enough. I did. Yes. Tokon is only console where fighters. The Avatar fighting game is also on PC. And you know what? I'm just gonna pull it up and we're gonna watch it anyways. Not Avatar Legends. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Sorry. I can't find it. Let's see here. Avatar Legends. Yeah, so the Avatar Legends playtest is only on Steam. So literally they're complete opposites. Yeah, Marvel Tokon is only available on console, and Avatar Legends is only available on Steam. And it is only North and South America. We can confirm that there will be a second closed alpha playtest and it will be global. Stay tuned for more information for that on the near future.
Get
What is this? I think this is it.
Tokon Fighting Souls. The new heroes being showcased are Spider-Man and Ghost Rider, and the new stage is the Savage Land.
Yeah, it was good kill. Appreciate the raid at 13, man.
Who has a classic
Hope you had a good
muscle
stream.
car instead of the motorcycle that the iconic Johnny Blaze uses. Spidey, meanwhile, looks to be the Peter Parker version. As expected, Spidey is highly mobile and uses his webs to move around the screen for tricky setups and mix-ups.
Nothing. Just talking about the Tokon beta and the Avatar beta.
Content below and let us know what you think of it in the comments.
Okay. Didn't you watch my matches at at risk? At risk, I am garbage at the game. I literally just spam 2-1-4U over and over again. Rumble and SoCal, the Art Tour Gold event. The one where I beat PSG and Monarch, and everyone gave me a ton of crap because I didn't need the points. Yeah, see there. That's what that right there. See, Spider-Man's got a web trap. Who am I playing? Tokon? I main Storm in the first one, and I'm definitely going to be checking out Spider-Man in this one. Sounds good. Go enjoy your leftovers. Ghost Rider has an. Why did I only now just realize this? Ghost Rider's got an overheat. Ghost Rider has a freaking meter. And if he overheats, he looks like he's momentarily stunned. That's a lot of tags. What the hell? Yay, Storm! Maximum Spider. Kind of. But yeah, definitely going to be trying out Spider-Man though in the Tokon beta. Ow. And then Legends A. But yeah, again, yeah. Tokon continues to look really good though. Don't let my excitement for the Avatar game take away that I'm not still very excited for the I'm still not very excited for Tokon as well. It just sucks that they're the same weekend. That being said, though, not like I've gone into the Avatar beta yet, so. If I get into the Avatar beta, then we'll worry about what we're doing. Until then, the plan is just Tokon next week. Tokon and Spider-Man. And the Spider-Man.
Believe in victory.
Shit. Also, Kelvin has heard me call myself shit at this game. God knows how many times. You think he'd be used to it by now? And I said that back even when I was still practicing the game. Kick. Ole. What the hell? So you think he'd be more used to it by now?
Battle 2. Engage.
What are you doing, dude? That was even weirder than Cheetah's round starts. I'm doing alright, Brock. How about you? How you doing?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Wow. Right now I definitely am. Not when compared to the vast majority of people. When I say when I say I'm bad at the game, I say that in comparison to how I was. True, but I think but comparing yourself to what you comparing your skill to what you were the previous day or the previous week or whatever is how you look to improve. The goal is never to be better than everyone else. The goal is always to be better than one's own self. If I go into every day saying I must be better than Koji Coco, it's going to be a rough ass multiple days. If I go into the next day saying I won't be better than what I was yesterday, that's much more reasonable. You know what I mean, Gaiman. You know what I mean. I'm saying that in general. And actually brought this up when I first started the stream today. I was like, oh yeah, the last time, like literally the last game I streamed Gran Blue on this channel was the laggy ass set versus Vermilion in the Silver event 2 weeks ago. That was the last Gran Blue match to have been streamed on this channel. Was the 4 to 5 rollback frame 170 to 180 MS first to 5 against Vermilion's 2B. That was the last match to be streamed on this channel for Gran Blue. Otherwise, we've streamed a lot of 2XKO. We streamed Sonic. We've streamed Hollow Knight. We've streamed literally everything besides Gran Blue since then. Yeah, well, there's always going to be days like that gaming. Also, tear your own hair out. Why do you think I keep my hair so short? It makes it a lot harder to tear my own hair out if it's pretty hard to grab onto. But Boston Grim. Give Grim his old 214U back. Ironically enough, I think people would be less pissed off if it was. That's how ignorant Grimnir's 214 you now is now. I think people would be okay reverting that change, giving Grimnir his combos back in return for not having to deal with Grimnir spamming that shit anymore.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
That was good up, sir. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Because I stream to you guys, I can't exactly, or I don't exactly take month-long breaks. I take a few days off of anything. Like my breaks typically are at most a couple of days. Like since I stream Sonic Sundays, right? Sorry, if I'm trying to if I really want to take a break from fighting games, I'll also, rather than do Sonic Sunday and then play another game after the, and then go practice on Monday, I'll take Monday off from fighting games instead. But typically that's the most my breaks ever are, is like 2 days when it comes to fighting games. And even then those are rare.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Good question. I don't know.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yeah, Bonus is never really losing because he's got so much HP. And then he two-shots you and gets a combo from everywhere.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
He's Grimnir from last patch if Grimnir had all the HP. Situation of I'm never actually losing. Well, until I actually lost. was good, Satoshi. Hey, I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just comparing it. What the fuck was that, man? That's unlucky. Well, there always there lies a question that that many people have been arguing against. Pretty much is should a difficult to play character be good just because they're hard to play? And Grimnir is hard for this game. But characters in this game aren't necessary. But this game in general necessarily isn't really hard. Also they made Grimnir a lot easier by removing a lot of the things that made him difficult. Be it setups, combos, Oki. They pretty much have removed all that. And they turned Grimnir into Air Dash the character. So they definitely took away a lot of the things that made him difficult. The various combos, the various Okis, the various setups. They kind of removed all that for the most part. Release patch Grimnir. Now that was a terrible character. Best part is people nowadays, because they don't know about and because no one played Grimnir back then. People are all trying to point back to release Grimnir and say he was like top 2. Arguable top 1 with Nier, even on release. People just didn't know it. People are so stupid. Grimnir wasn't even Air Dash the character back then. He didn't have the hit stun on 2-2-U. Air dash would knock people off the ground. True, Aqua. He was actually stronger than Nier because we just hadn't discovered the off-screen mix. Even though Nier had better normals, did more damage, had a combo DP that was meterless, had better full screen options, had better ultimate options, had better mid screen routes, had higher damaging supers, had a easier to do 50-50, had better Oki. Do I need to go on? Blood right now? Yeah, he is. Taking a break from 2SKO or play Gran Blue or checking out a new patch. None of the above. I put when trying to figure out my new stream schedule, knowing I was putting more of a focus on 2SKO for like Risk, Astral, and Frosty, but at the same time knowing that the ARC finals are in March, so I don't exactly want to completely stop playing Gran Blue between now and then. I decided to make the stream schedule of, for the 4 days I play fighting games, be it Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to play 2SKO on Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Gran Blue on Friday. So today is Friday, so we are playing Gran Blue, and that is what the new schedule is. Tuesday, Wednesday, 2XKO, Thursday, Variety, Friday, Gran Blue, Saturday, 2XKO, Sonic Sunday. Because even though I technically don't need to play any Gran Blue at this point between now and, like I said, Frosty, and then post-Frosty, I go all in on Gran Blue for the ARC finals at the end of March. I don't want to just fully stop and just literally don't play this game at all for a couple months and then magically just start playing it and then suddenly flip-flop it to where Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday are going to be Gran Blue and Friday 2SKO. That's what's going to happen. That's going to happen when Frosty comes, or after Frosty. After Frosty, it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday Gran Blue, Friday 2SKO, compared to right now where it's flip-flopped, because that's when we're going to have to put in a hard focus on Gran Blue. So because of that, I didn't want to just do all 4 days 2XKO and just completely stop playing Gran Blue. Just like how when I swap them, I don't want to just only play Gran Blue and completely stop playing 2XKO. So that's just how the stream schedule worked out pretty much, or that's how I ended up guessing / assuming / trying for what the new schedule would end up being. So I can still put most days towards what I primarily want to focus on, but at the same time still play a bit of the other game, and of course based on Twitch numbers and things like that, based on viewer count right now, you guys are clearly a bigger fan of me playing this, since I definitely am getting more views today than I have in the last couple of weeks of 2XKO. But that's honestly not exactly very surprising, knowing the fact that we've been on the Gran Blue grind now for a year and a half, compared to 2XKO, which has been out for a month. So kind of makes sense. It was the same thing when I swapped from Dragon Ball to Gran Blue. Dragon Ball, all the viewers. Gran Blue, like half of that. That's kind of where we're at right now. 2XKO, half the viewers. Gran Blue, all of that. Gotta love being known for a specific game and then swapping games, huh? Always a good time. Alright, am I dropping this game after AWT Finals? That's a more complicated question. And also, shut up, Ruby, I don't miss Nier in the slightest. That's definitely a much more complicated question. It kind of comes, so current plan is after the AWT finals, we're going to go back to what my schedule is right now, which is 2XKO 3 days, Gran Blue the 4th day. And then, but more than likely, once Tokon comes out, or potentially the Avatar fighting game, depending on if that game ends up actually doing well enough to actually, you know, be consistently at tournaments. I might end up dropping Gran Blue for a full focus onto like 2SKO and Marvel Tokon, and then Gran Blue will kind of turn into Dragon Ball, where I will play it at tournaments, but I'm probably not going to play it too much on stream. But that's definitely something I'm not fully sure on myself at this point, if I'm being honest. It's kind of difficult enough trying to figure out a stream schedule around 2 different fighting games and a variety game and Sonic Sunday. right? Right. So like if anything, potentially drop a variety, maybe drop variety Thursday, and then just keep Grand Blue, and then let's just say for instance Sonic Sunday stays. So well, let's not get crazy. We're not dropping Sonic Sunday, but for instance, Marvel Tokon comes out, right? Love the game. It's awesome. Game is doing great. Game up there on the FGC. Definitely want to play it, right? 2XKO still going strong. Season 1 console release. Everything good to go, right? If I do want to put in time for 3 games, which let's be honest, that would be rough, right? Like let's be honest, practicing consistently 3 games is rough. Practicing 2 games consistently is already fairly rough. Practicing 3 is incredibly so. If I were to do that and stream all of that, then odds are I would either need to start streaming on Mondays as well, in which case I would stream all 7 days a week, meaning I would have no days off, which, yikes. or I would need to drop Variety Thursday, and then just put the 3rd game on that day instead, which is probably what I would lean towards if I were to do that. Because let's be honest, for the most part, Variety Thursday is kind of just the I want to play something that's not fighting game related, and then every once in a while do a game that you guys tell me I should play. Like right now, we're doing Hollow Knight because you guys told me I should try Hollow Knight. So odds are, if anything, when Tokon comes out or the Avatar fighting game comes out or something, and I decide I want to focus on those rather than Gran Blue, I may still end up dropping Variety Thursday and then just making that an extra fighting game day, and then just do 3 and 2, and then maybe like I don't know, like every other week or something, make the Thursday Gran Blue, or make the Thursday I don't know. Like I said, shit's gonna be difficult to say the least, especially if I end up going with Tokon 2XKO as my main 2 games, which is definitely the current plan. And then, of course, like I said, the Avatar fighting game, if it does end up being an actual consistent FGC game, that would probably be pretty fun. If anything, that could potentially take like the Thursday spot or something, just a game that I'd play more for fun, just because it's Avatar and it looks fun. But odds are, when Tokon comes out, my focus probably will go to 2XKO and Tokon, like full on the tag fighters, anime fighters, quick movement type game. In which case, that would mean Gran Blue is probably going to be knocked out because of that. So then, like I said, Gran Blue is basically just going to turn into basically what Dragon Ball Fighters is for me right now. Like for the last year and a half, I have not touched Fighters. I have not played it. The game has literally been uninstalled on my computer for well over a year now. But the only time it's been uninstalled was to go over the patch. But I still entered it at tournaments because I'm good at it, and because why not? Because it's there. It's there, and I'm already there for something else. And more than likely, Gran Blue is probably going to become that, as I put my focus into the tag fighters and potentially Avatar. We'll see on that one. But like I said, that's going to be something we'll be worrying about, when we actually have a release date for those. Because at the moment I'm talking about that, and of course they're coming out in 2026, but it could be late 2026, it could be mid 2026, it could be it's probably not going to be early 2026. Avatar, they said it's going to be in summer, but I'd be stunned if Marvel is out before Evo. In which case, that means we'll be hard grinding 2XKO and Gran Blue for Evo. And then after Evo is when we'll start looking at Marvel Tokon and the Avatar fighting game as potentially taking as taking Gran Blue's spot. But like I said, that's going to be something to worry about as we actually have a release date, as the game's actually coming out. And in the case of the Avatar fighting game, if I actually think the game is fun, because let's be honest, we haven't played it yet. No one has played it yet. It looks fun. I'm probably going to enjoy it because it looks like it's going to be fun. But nobody's played it yet, and we don't even know if the game's going to be good or it's going to be popular enough to where if I'm like, I want to stream the Avatar fighting game, will I even get a match, or if it's going to turn into freaking Nen Impact, or within the first few days, I'm going to sit in ranked queue for an hour and not find an opponent. And if that ends up happening, then odds are I'm not going to be streaming that game, and I'm just going to be playing it on the side for fun from time to time. But basically, odds are I'm not fully dropping Gran Blue post World Tour, but it probably is going to take a backseat for Marvel Tokon at the very least when that does come out, though. But like I said, that's going to be something to discuss, think about, and things of that nature as we actually get closer to that situation. Because as of right now, we are hard grinding 2XKO. Along with Gran Blue on Fridays, for Frosty. Gonna hopefully do well in 2XKO and Frosty, even though I'm not sure that I will, based on the fact that basically every top player in NA is going, and what sounds like every top player in EU is also going. So that shit's going to be rough as hell. And I'm not exactly overly thrilled with the team that I'm currently playing, and that team is going to get nerfed in a few weeks. And then after that, we're going to be hard grinding Gran Blue. We're going to be hard grinding Gran Blue for the Arc Finals, since odds are the patch is going to be coming shortly after Frosty, or shortly before Frosty, one or the other, where we're going to get the last character, Ilsa. Sorry, and then I'm going to have to figure out what character am I playing. And then once that's figured out, that's when I need to start hard grinding said character. Be it Gridnir or somebody else, and then I'm going to start checking VODs of my opponent and start figuring out a game plan of who I want to try and pick in my group, and then I'm going to have to figure out what character they're going to have to play. Then I'm going to start taking notes on that. Then I'm going to start labbing that matchup, because in the world where I end up not playing Grimnir, I'm going to need to relearn matchups. It's going to be a lot of work. Basically, if you think I'm busy now, leading to the World Tour is going to be insanely busy. Ari is getting touched in the next patch. It's already confirmed. How much I don't know, but it is already confirmed that Ari is getting touched in the next patch. Teemo is getting the most touched for sure, but Ari is getting touched in the next patch. So both characters on my team are getting nerfed, and odds are we're not going to get the next character until post Frosty. Because season 1 comes out, I think, literally the week before Frosty, and I'd be shocked if we can actually that the character is actually going to be playable at that point. Yeah, I'd be shocked if there's not a season 3 for Gran Blue. Which does make the whole idea of dropping Gran Blue as they announce a new season a little weird. So it's like I don't exactly want to drop Gran Blue in that sense. But at the same time, though, 2SKO and Tokon, right? Good mash. We probably not. They're trying. Seems like they're on the side of trying to make things even simpler than it already is. Yeah, my main concern for Tokon right now is that they seem to be trying to make the game more 2SKO. So that has me slightly concerned since they talked about how they announced that they're basically adding a quick tag option in the game. So I am slightly concerned about that. That being said, though, I had a lot of fun playing the last beta. And I'm sure I'm going to have even more fun with the game once there are more characters to choose from. Because in a 4v4 fighting game, we know for a fact that it's going to be more than 12 characters. Right, we all know that to be the case, so. So that's kind of what I mean by odds are next year, is even if we do end up getting a new season of Gran Blue, which we probably will, and even if they end up announcing another year on the tour, which they probably will, it's going to feel kind of weird saying, oh yeah, I'm dropping Gran Blue, but at the same time, odds are I'm going to have more fun playing 2SKO and Tokon anyways, which let's be honest, that's more important. And also, you know, 2SKO and Tokon, I'm sure, are both going to have a tour as well. I'm sure Tokon is going to either get its own tour, or it's going to join the Arc Tour. And then yeah, that would potentially replace Undernight. So odds are 2SKO and Tokon are going to be the future of the Zane FGC channel. My apologies in advance for the people of my chats that come and hang out just specifically to watch the Grimnir. My apologies in advance. Odds are you'll still see me enter Gran Blue tournaments, but odds are my focus, content-wise, both on YouTube and on Twitch, will probably be focused more towards 2SKO and Tokon. And again, potentially Avatar. Potentially Avatar. Here's hoping Ilsa ends up being both a good character and a cool character, because what a time for what a way to go out would be to go out with the last character of season 2. I'm not talking about swapping specifically for the numbers. if I cared literally, if I only ever cared about the Twitch numbers or the YouTube numbers or whatever, I would only be streaming Dragon Ball right now. Like straight up, I would literally only be streaming Dragon Ball right now if the only thing I cared about was the Twitch and YouTube numbers. I'll tell you right now, YouTube, YouTube right now, the majority of my subscribers over there right now only care about Dragon Ball. Straight up, the vast majority of the people over on YouTube right now subscribe to me specifically because they know me from Dragon Ball. And the draft and my stream with the Dragon Ball Fighters patch, it had 4 times the amount of viewers I've ever hit as 2SKO.
Battle 2. Engage.
So number wise, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure swapping the Tokon will be fine. I'm sure playing 2SKO will eventually be fine. As of right now, it's really not. My numbers in 2XKO are like half of what Gran Blue normally was. But that kind of comes with learning a new game. That kind of comes when you are known for a game and you just consistently stream one game and then you magically just start trying to play another one.
Battle 3. Engage.
But that's the grind. But that's gonna be the grind part, and I expected that when I swapped from Gran Blue to 2XKO as a primary focus, because like I said, it was the same thing when I went from Dragon Ball to Gran Blue. When I swapped to Gran Blue, I was getting half the viewers that I was for Dragon Ball, and it's the same thing right now with 2XKO. So that's kind of just to be expected, and I figured that was coming. So. But that's just the both the risk and the game of content creation. If you're not known for multiple games, or you're not already big enough across from the game you were playing before, it's difficult. It's very difficult to go from one game to another. That's the content. That's the content game, there, guys. That is the content game. And yes, people still love their Dragon Ball fighters. Specifically watching. Specifically to watch it. Like if we're talking from a casual standpoint, yes, many people still absolutely love Dragon Ball fighters. Actually, I think a lot of casual players love Dragon Ball fighters now more than they ever have before. It's just competitively speaking, most people hate Dragon Ball fighters and what the game turned into. So specifically content-wise, stream-wise, viewership-wise, Dragon Ball fighters is probably about as good as it's ever been. Sorry, not as good as it's ever been, but as good as it's ever been since the release of the game. I'm gonna say, bro, people like their Dragon Ball. Once 2X comes out on console, it should be good. Yeah, more than likely, everybody's well, I shouldn't say everybody's viewership. So basically, everybody that's not the top guys' viewerships are probably all going to go up for 2XKO once the game comes out on console. And then even the top guys probably also going to get more viewership once the game comes out on console. Because then there's going to be more people playing the game, and when there's more people playing the game, there's going to be more people wanting to and in general watching the game. Which then leads to more views for everybody. But that's going to require an eventual console release. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens till then. Until then, just going to keep doing what I'm doing right now, which is grinding the game to be as good as I can at it, to try to get to the point, kind of like what I did with Dragon Ball and with Gran Blue, pretty much, where make myself good enough to get people to want to come watch me, because obviously I don't get viewers from my winning personality. And then just keep the content and the streams rolling. Keep the last thing. Oh, that. Of course, you recover in time. What I confirm. Yeah, I've won a few online tournaments. I placed top 5 at Risk, which was stacked as hell, and I won Astral. And I was playing it, and I was doing it with a team I'm not fully comfortable with. With a strong team, mind you. But not exactly a team I'm all that jazzed about. My God, back to this character, man. Freaking 214U does not combo from there. My God, man. 214U does not combo from there when they're that close to the corner. My God. And also I'm kind of with Aqua and Dur. They've just because the character is cool in lore or in the gacha or whatever, does not mean it's going to translate as well into this game. Sandalphon is definitely the biggest point to that character of that, where he's badass as hell outside of this game. And then in this game, he's just basic Shoto character with a slightly flashier coat of paint. This is going to be Evil Zoner. The money says, "Hey, I'm down for that." I'm not the biggest fan of pure zoners, but this game has no pure zoners. So, assuming that they make Elsa like Matera, like Fairy, like Eustace, if you want to say Honore, or Versusia, even though they're not really zoners, but kind of but they have, but kind of. Then there are either way there are no pure zoners in this game. In which case, if Ilsa ends up being a very evil zoner type character and she ends up being good, I am all for it. Kaguya. Pretty sure I know who that is, but I'm going to double check. Okay, that is who I thought it was. I hope so. If she ends up being Kaguya, I am playing her in a heartbeat. Because then she'd be mobile, airborne, freaking bomb / gun ass the character. She'd be flying around, dropping bombs, shooting her guns. Just pure mobility while being annoying as hell. I'd play her in a heartbeat if she played like Kaguya. Oh, don't worry, Obelisk. I am well aware of your love of Versusia. Gonna do Paragon? No, because me and my family are doing Turkey Day today. Because my sister had to work yesterday, so we're doing Turkey Day today rather than yesterday. So instead. So yeah, no tournament today, and basically I'm streaming until we actually do Turkey Day. Appreciate it, but yeah, we're still gonna be here for a while. We're still gonna be here for a while. I'm safe to assume we're not doing Turkey Day at like 3 o'clock, so probably still got a bit of time there. But yeah, if she comes out and she's like Kaguya. There's a good chance that I'm going to be playing her at the Arc Finals. You know, assuming she's good. If she comes out and after all this time a DLC character comes out and I'm actually like them and I actually think they're cool and I actually want to play them, if that finally happens and she ends up being bad, I am going to be so beyond disappointed. I think the last DLC character I could have seen myself playing potentially was probably Lucilius, like one of the first DLC characters, and he was bad.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Belial.
Anytime, Obelisk. Here to remind people of stuff.
Believe in victory. Battle.
Which normally is not my specialty. Normally I'm the forgetful one. Get the way down.
Excellent.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But all I know for sure is that when Ilsa comes out, and odds are she's going to come out with the final balance patch before the Arc Finals, right? No matter what, I'm going to have to make a decision on who I'm playing. And unfortunately, the current leading candidate is probably Cagliostro. But we'll see. Either Cagliostro or Lane, honestly, are probably the two leading candidates right now.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, I'm not exactly overly thrilled about it myself there, Brock. But if you think about it, they're both probably well, I shouldn't say probably. Basically, everyone seems to all agree they're both top 5 characters. They both have very few bad matchups. Both having great defensive tools. Well, she's like great defensive tools for Kag, but she does have her teleport to try and get out, plus the giant trap. Luane's got great defensive tools, great normals, great conversions, great damage, and being just very annoying. Being just very annoying type of characters, which let's be honest, most of the time when I'm playing any character in any fighting game, it seems like the one thing they all have in common is that they are annoying. That actually hit him. So odds are the leading candidates are either Luane or Cagliostro post Frosty, but we'll see what happens with the balance patch, and we'll see what happens with Ilsa. Fingers crossed. If anything, Ilsa ends up being good and she ends up being Kaguya, then I'll play her. He's hella good. He's hella annoying. He gets to play full screen. He gets to play close up. He's got at least in my opinion the best corner Oki / pressure in the game now. With Grimnir's nerfs, like with all Grimnir's nerfs, I just straight up think Luane has the best corner pressure in Oki in the game now. So ironically enough, decent chance I do end up playing Luane. Like I said, Luane and Kag are the 2 favorites right now. Not necessarily by choice, but you know, I'm going to the Arc Finals. I kind of need to pick somebody good. Right? I basically need to pick a top tier. So I'm going to the Arc Finals, so. And I'm not exactly going to play Beatrix. I could technically go play Matera, but at the same time, though, I know that people there are A, practicing against her, and B are getting counter picks for her. Why not play Grimnir? I don't personally think Grimnir is solo viable. I don't think Grimnir is solo viable anymore. Narm could potentially work too. I'm not against that idea either. Like I said, things that I'll be discussing with people post Frosty once the patch is out and we know what we're playing on. I'm also not against the idea of potentially playing Zoe either. But she's definitely a lot better now that she's able to. She always had good pressure. The issue was A, getting hits, and B, making the hits count when she did get set hits. Now as she gets the hits, they hurt. and you go very far now. And she does a meterless. Which is something not a lot of characters get currently. Oh, what a 2H. Yeah, I just think if people know what they're doing against Grimnir, it's just in general, it's now a lot more of a struggle for him now that he doesn't have the ability to put people in the corner anymore. Oh, I agree. I'm not like I said. She's one of the characters I'm considering. The one thing for her is she's just not as top tier as some of the other choices in the matter of speaking. So if I'm specifically looking for a high tier, top tier pick or whatever for the finals, she's not exact. She wouldn't be a bad pick. She just wouldn't be the best pick. That is fair. That is fair, Aquila. I'm definitely used to playing on his mid tiers and then just having to outplay my opponents who are playing way better characters than me. So. Nah, I'm sure Coco's going to play Beatrix in the finals unless Beatrix gets nerfed. I don't see a world where he doesn't play his main there. Maybe in certain matchups or against certain people he might. What a whip punish. Okay.
You win. Battle 2. Engage. 避ければいい。これでいいかい。貼り付けにしてやろうか。これでいいかい。貼り付けにしてやろう。甘いね。避ければいい。
Nah, he assumed I was going to jump because he thought I thought that SSBA was coming. So he went for the air unblockable super instead. At least that's what I'm going to assume. At least that's what I'm going to assume it was. It's either that or he meant to SSBA and just messed up. That's always a possibility too. But yeah, so the leading candidates right now for who I'm potentially going to play post Frosty are Cag, Lowain, and Zoe. But like I said, we're gonna get one more balance patch, and we're gonna get one more character between now and then. So maybe Lowain and Cag will actually get some nerfs in the next patch. I doubt it, but it's possible. Maybe Grimnir will get his 214U back. and he'll be able to combo again. Although I'm pretty sure what's more likely to happen is they're going to make his 2-1-4U -6 again and then leave it as is. Funny enough, Aqua, like there are people I've legitimately have heard people say they prefer Grimnir's old 2-1-4U. Like I have legitimately heard people say they preferred it. They preferred the fact that Grimnir would get wall bounce compared to just him spamming this now and being safe from it. So ironically enough, I think some people would actually be happy if that was the case. But like I said, odds are though what would happen is this is going to stay the same, and then they're going to make it -6 on block again. That's probably what's more likely to happen than them giving us the wall bounce back. That's unfortunate, unfortunately. Imagine Vikla becomes a top tier just in time for the ARC finals. Make it -8, but give us the wall bounce back. I'd accept that. Or you mean just make it -8 in general, but leave it as is. Make it absolute garbage. I'm fine with that. They want to make that shit. They want to make that shit -10. Make it guaranteed heavy punish no matter what. But give me the wall bounce back. I will happily accept that. You want to make it -8 and give us a wall bounce? You want to make it -10 but give us wall bounce back? I will happily accept that. I'm fairly confident in saying most Grimnirs would happily accept that trade-off. Because the main thing that sucks right now for Grimnir is A, lack of conversions that don't require brave counters, and B, lack of corner carry in a game where basically every character now has better corner carry than Grimnir. Or side switch. They're gonna do bonus. Without using a brave counter, Aqua. I'm specifically mentioning that. Then again, most characters don't even need to use a brave counter to do their shit now. Do their shit now.
Here begins Fate's episode. Soris versus Grimnir. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
It's fine. It's fine character design. But my issue with it is just the fact that basically every character now has something meterless pretty much except for us. Or I should say everyone has something meterless, but meterless or metered except for us pretty much. Unless we have seal set up, and I think it's safe to say that it's not exactly real. It's not exactly realistic to assume that Grimnir is going to be able to use seals for neutral, seals for pressure, and seals for conversions. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's really realistic to assume that. Maybe I'm being greedy and asking for too much, but I don't think I do not think it's realistic. What's good, Nixie? Hey, you wanna? Hey, do you wanna get? You wanna give us our? You wanna give us our corner carry and our Oki back, and you wanna get? And you wanna gut our You wanna gut our damage? I will happily accept that. Wellness, I assume, is still considered high tier. Or at least last I saw from tier list, people still consider him high tier. It's 5U continues to be the bane of my fucking existence. Yes, when I say Grimnir has bad corner carry, I mean he is arguably the worst. He's up there as one of the worst corner carries in the game without seals. And if you want to say Grimnir should use seals for it, then fine. Make seals cool down faster, and make seal activation shorter. If Grimnir needs seals for neutral, seals for pressure, seals for mix-ups, and seals for corner carry, then revert the frame data increase. And make his tutus seals activation have less recovery, so we can set him up faster. If he needs it for neutral, if he needs it for pressure, if he needs it for corner care, if he needs it for literally everything, don't make 2-2H have a 10-second cooldown. Then don't make every 2-2 option punishable, but every normal in the game times 3. That's what I'm saying. And why I got annoyed by the fact they removed it. If you want to make it where Grimnir has to always play around seals, then fine. Make 2-2L activation be 20 frames instead of 29. Right? Make 2-2L and 2-2M be 20 frames instead of 29, or make it 15, or make it something stupid quick instead, so Grimnir can constantly keep setting up seals to then use for later without having to deal with the fact that he has to wait 10 seconds after he sets up 4 seals in order to do anything. Because basically Grimnir went from only needing to worry about seals for pressure, pretty much pressure and eventual mix-ups. Now he has to basically use it for neutral. Now he has to use it for combos if he wants any kind of corner carry. Now he has to use it for conversions. Now he has to use it for. First, he has to use seals for everything now. There's only so many seals you can have. This is so remember Grimnir's corner carry before, how he could pretty much go corner to corner with 50%. Yeah, so unless you get an auto combo starter where you can do this, or you spend a raging strike to then do a combo, this is what you get. This is Grimnir. That's Grimnir's mid-screen combo now. Maybe half a screen, maybe for 25%, or if you hit a far H, that's what you get for it for 50%. That is your only option, because you cannot confirm that with raging strike. So this. For 50%. That's all you get for it. Without their gimmick setup. What gimmicks? What gimmicks are we talking about here? What do you mean other characters don't have gimmicks? They just spend 50% and get Bombo. That's good. That's a 0. Why does Nier just fucking suck? For the 1 year of for the 1 year or so of torment that she caused the world. Okay, not even a year, like 6-7 months. No, but you have Delta Clock. Also, you have more meterless. You also have more meterless than I do. Okay, Elsa, above decent. Come on. Above decent. 8 months being above decent, she says. Above decent. Eight months of being 5 to 6 out of every top 8. Above decent. I swear, Elsa, you upplay every character you have ever played, except for Nier, who you downplay the hell out of. I love how you seriously. I love how you upplay every character you've ever played except for her. That is true. She has been asked for longer than she was good. Oh yeah, true. Listen to Aqua. Haven't you heard people talk about Release Grimnir? Release Grimnir was like borderline as strong as Nier. You have more meterless than I do. It's not exactly a stretch, but it's not exactly much. Lord Knight also said that release Grimnir was better than release Seox. Hey, not as OP as release Grimnir apparently, according to SKD and Lord Knight. Still never. I asked what made release Grimnir stronger than release Seox, or what makes release Grimnir stronger than release Nier, and I never got a fucking answer. The answer was. Basically, the only answer I got was, "Do you see the shit he does?" That was the only answer I got from Lord Knight when I asked. Supposed Prime Grimnir couldn't even confirm hits off of air dashes. But apparently he was more powerful than Nier, so. I love it when people have no idea what they're talking about, but they talk as if they did. Yeah, you would think the Wind War God would be the strong one, but no. It turns out it was the sad girl with family issues that tormented the world and had people walking around CEO handing out McDonald's job applications to any Nier player. I don't remember anyone ever doing that for Grimnir.
Here begins Fate's episode. Sorry. Versus
Grand. Not sure what's crazier though. People saying. Actually, no, I do know the people. I was gonna say I'm not sure what's crazier. People saying release Grimnir was stronger than Nier, or people today saying Grimnir is top 1. Obviously, the people but then I was like, never mind. Yeah, the people who say release Grimnir is stronger than Nier are crazier. People who say Grimnir is top 1 now are crazy, but people who said release Grimnir is stronger than Nier are out of their minds.
Battle 2. Engage.
You can't take popularity into a, or you can't have popularity be the end all be all. Because despite the fact that pro players are pro players, so they're good at the game, or like to think they're good at the game. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Zane. You can't always take character popularity, because there's still going to be plenty of times where the difficult character could very well be the best character in the game, but is not seen anywhere near as much. The version of that I always bring up is JP versus Luke in season 1 of Street Fighter 6. People would say, like, so many people had JP as the best character in the game that you've seen maybe one every top 8, like maybe two at most. But you saw like three or four Lukes. Right now, I think most people still say Beatrix. It is definitely argued though. Beatrix, Matera, Cagliostro, Luane tend to be the four characters that basically everyone has in their top 4 or in their top 5, but then depending on who you ask, their 5th character ends up being different. Like I see, some people still say Voss. Some people say Percival. Koji Coco still says Luane. Don't see many people arguing for her being for 2B being top 5. I see some people talk about her being top tier now, but I don't really see much in terms of her being top 5. How is Zoe standing right now? Good, good. Honestly, I think she got moved. I think most people have moved her up from bottom tier to either mid or high tier, depending on who you ask. So honestly, way better than she once was. Fairy, I honestly don't see the argument for Fairy being top 10 anymore. Fairy still is very powerful, and her looping 50-50 is really good when she gets the right hit to be able to do that, and she has them close enough to the corner for that. But the loss of her ability to side switch basically removed most ways or consistent ways for her to get people in the corner where her offense is at its strongest. So she basically went from being both incredibly powerful offensively and defensively to now basically just being primarily defensively. And when I mean that, I don't mean when she's blocking, I mean in neutral and keeping people out. So I think in some matchups she is still going to be very good. For people that can't really get in against her, she's going to cause a lot of problems for people. But against other characters who can get in easier, she's going to struggle. She's going to struggle a lot. So I think so my guess is that she's just very polarized when it comes to her matchup specifically. I think she either heavily wins or heavily loses, and there's really no in between, which is why I'm not fully sure. Which is why I don't think I put her that high, especially not as high as Coco always seems to put her. No, I don't think we hard win or hard lose our matchups. I think there are for some even-ish matchups, even before the nerfs. Very post nerfs though, I think straight up is you either can get in against her, in which case she gets destroyed, or you can't get in against her and you're going to struggle the entire time. I'm definitely biased, and I will say fighting against Fairy is more annoying than fighting against Matera. But I play Grimnir, so her constantly filling the screen with her having Beppo as a really strong anti-air tool, and then having giant normals in order to stop me from ever getting into the air in the first place is much more annoying than fighting Matera, who has to basically fire stuff into the air in assumption that we are going into the air. So I definitely find fighting against her very more annoying. But Aqua has despised the Matera matchup pre Grimnir nerfs. I find that ironic because I always had an easier time with Matera than I did with Fairy. Then again, that was also before, back when Fairy would put us in the corner over and over again. I don't really fight Fairies anymore, so I honestly couldn't say. Nowadays probably Matera is more annoying than Fairy. Just because Matera is that much stronger, I think. But I honestly don't fight fairies anymore. like fairy not being able to put us in the corner now, ironically enough, now makes that matchup so much easier. What, Grimnir versus Loane? Oh, that's an annoying ass matchup. Once he puts people in the blender, shit sucks. When he puts Grimnir in the blender, that sucks even worse. and for some reason, EX Catbot, the missiles, don't all get destroyed by U Tornado. So even if we punish the Luane for setting up EX Catbot with U Tornado, we still have to spot dodge the missiles afterwards, because 2 always make it. Yeah, fighting against Matera is not much fun anymore. I still don't find it as bad as freaking Aqua does. But at the same time, I never thought it was as bad as Aqua thought. Just like I always found Fairy annoying to fight against, but Aqua never found it that annoying. The joys of the difference in our playstyles. Yeah, then we have Yobu. Well, to be fair, we have Yobu and Zenith, who collectively, between the two of them, agree that across all of these characters, Grimnir has 0 losing matchups. Hence why Taiga put Grimnir in the 0 to 4 losing matchups, was because I think the only person, I'm pretty sure he said the only person he asked was Zenith, who even after the nerf says that Grimnir has no losing matchups. Gaming, you'll learn if you hang around fighting games enough, man. If somebody wants a character nerfed, they want them taken out back. They don't. Nobody ever nobody. Okay, like 90% of people, when they say they want this character nerfed, they don't just mean, oh, I want this one thing nerfed, or oh yeah, I just want them slightly nerfed so they're a bit more even with everyone else. No, they want them nerfed, and they want them nerfed by having them taken out back and unalived. That's kind of just how it is. Like people didn't want Grimnir. People didn't want Grimnir to just have seals get nerfed or just have his damage nerfed. No, they want him taken out back and unalived. Like just straight up. Yeah, but yeah, most people talk about just a character being unalived. It's kind of as simple as that. I try, like, whenever I do patch discussions, be it what character should be buffed, what characters should be nerfed, and things like that, I try to be objective. Even though let's be honest, I'm not always objective. There's nobody's 100% objective. But I at least somewhat try to be. But at the same time, I'm with Edelin. We need to take Yasuo out back and get rid of him. Straight up, we need to take Yasuo out back and get rid of him. I'm done with this character. They have proven without a single question of a doubt they cannot nerf him properly. Let's just take him out back at this point. Yeah, here's the thing, game, and it's kind of like what Aqua just said. There are some character designs that people just say cannot be top tier. Matera is one character that people will just say cannot be top tier for the sake of the game. Similar thing with Fairy, and same thing with Fairy and Vasaraga. You heard plenty of people once these characters made top tier, basically the death threats towards said characters, right? Nier was a character that, as we saw, cannot be made top tier because she became way too much. Avatar, as much as I would love for him to be good, is a character that can never be made good because if he is good, he becomes too much. Similar thing with Galleon and Ladiva. Top tier grapplers are not good for basically, in most people's eyes, are not good for the game. Like there's a reason why Zangief is good in Street Fighter 6. People want him dead. Potemkin became good in Guilty Gear after being dog shit for so long. People want him gone. Right there. So there are some characters that people would... There are some designs, some archetypes that basically you just cannot have them be top tier. Or people are going to have a hissy fit. And and yes, then yes, Gabe. What Aqua said. You are saying this in a Grimnir players chat. But you guys, you guys are getting my point though. There are some archetypes, there are some designs where characters just basically cannot be top tier without it being incredibly toxic. And in the case of Matera, she's kind of been one of them. But when Vasaraga got his buffs, he was kind of one of them. If Ladiva or Galleon, but like especially Galleon, but if Ladiva or Galleon became top tier somehow, they'd be them. Just like how Potemkin was a character that by design, with all of his armor attacks, with all of his block breaker attacks, with the way Guilty Gear works, with roaming cancels, with the amount of damage he did. Super Broly in Dragon Ball Fighters. I warned people about Zamasu, saying, "Hey, you cannot make this guy top tier." They made him top tier, and you saw the hell that I was able to do with him, even though I really wasn't all that great of a Zamasu player. There are just some characters by design that you just cannot look to make top tier, and if they do become top tier, all hell is going to break loose. Yeah, that's what. For as long as you play zoners their game in, you're going to get that. More than likely, at some point in every zoner player's career or time playing fighting games, as long as you're in a situation where you can talk to other players, at some point you are going to get. How do you even have fun playing this? Or people get, or when it comes to grapplers, do you even have fun? Do you even have fun losing 90% of the time, like 90% of the game? Since grapplers will basically lose 90% of the time and then then either lose the game because they just deal with it over and over again, or they get one grab and then they just win because they got that first grab. Comes with the archetypes. Comes with the archetypes. Matera taking a risk on our offense. Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimnir versus Narmaya. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I can go ahead and speak quotes. Yeah, I think old Lewis on release was believed to be one of those characters that could never be good. We saw what Gobo did in that Red Bull match when Goldos was considered bad. And then we all saw but people that watched Guilty Gear saw what happened when Goldos was made good. He terrorized everyone to the point where after Jonathan Tene won a tournament, he freaking ran to the crowd and he ran to the edge of the stage and was yelling to the crowd. How do you even lose that? Like, how do you lose that matchup?
Battle 3. Engage. Great. Excellent. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, yeah, I should probably I'll rephrase it. So I didn't mean literally can never be good, but can never be top tier. I guess it's more so what I meant. Like they can be good, but shouldn't be a situation where these characters are top 2, top 3 is more so what I mean. Because yes, Matera, outside of her high mobility, is for the most part a pretty straightforward zoner character. But as you see in a lot of matchups, her being a arguable top 2, top 3, top 1, whatever character you think she's at, basically invalidates a lot of characters in this game because she is that strong. So it's like you can have good zoners, but having a zoner be one of the best, if not the best, can invalidate a lot of characters who don't have an option to deal with it. Especially if you also consider the fact that in a game like this, where the main thing that people have to deal with her zoning is U projectiles. The fact that her U projectile actually beats everyone else's U projectile on top of that. It's kind of just a rough combination, is basically what I'm getting at. She's a character whose U version of an attack that's basically supposed to be able to help people deal with her beats said attack. It's a little rough.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
So that's more so what I mean. That's more so what I mean by I'm not saying the zoner character can't be good, but a zoner character that's top 2, top 3 can be a little ridiculous. Is kind of more so what I meant for my side of the of that conversation. Same thing. If we talk about like Kid Aqua, what Kid Aqua said with Galleon, or like what I'll say like with or like what I mentioned with Ladiva, where it's like I'm not saying these characters can't be good, but imagine a world where Ladiva is able to combo her grab. And her lariat goes through all projectiles, right? So she becomes a character that basically can get in guaranteed against every character who can get a combo from that ability that goes through everything, meterless, and has an unreactable grab that she gets a combo from, right? And you wouldn't even need to change her kit that much. Literally, you can do both of those things with just 2 changes. And I think most people would agree she probably would be top tier at that point, right? She'd have insane damage, corner carry, and mix up basically off of all of her pressure. Now do we want? Now what would happen in that situation, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting. Not that they can't be good, but typically when a character in that archetype becomes broken, they are broken, and they end up invalidating quite a few characters in the process. I know you want to because you play the character. All good, Unseen. GG's there, man. But yeah, that's more so what I was getting at with the whole some characters you just can't make top tier. Or Avatar, for example. I'll say a character that I want to be top tier, but I know can't be top tier. Imagine a world where Avatar is top tier. Do you know how messed up of a world that's going to be? A character that can basically zone out everyone. A character that can outzone zoners, while at the same time having an ult projectile and an ultimate teleport and 2 ultimate teleport moves that also can invalidate projectiles, and has high damage and conversions and combos. Yeah, exactly. No, the issue is some archetypes, when made top tier, become incredibly unfair. Like if a Shoto is top tier, you don't typically say it's in an unfair way. They are just so good at everything. But when a grappler or a zoner become top tier, it becomes incredibly toxic and also can end up invalidating a lot of characters in the process. So it's not so the issue is they can't be top tier. It's that it typically ends up being pretty bad when they are a top tier. Like I said, Zangief and Potemkin were bad, then they made top tier, and now everybody hates it. JP was top tier when the game came out as a zoner. Everyone hated it. They nerfed him. They had nerfed him, and he was just okay to good. Nobody cared. Now he's top tier again, and everyone hates him again. If a grappler or a zoner are okay to good, nobody cares. It's only when they're made top tier that everyone loses it. I'm not a big fan when the top tier has literally every option in the game possible and is like the best at literally everything. But at the same time, most of the time when a top tier is like that, they tend to be good at everything, not the best at everything. It's not like Yasuo. Most of the time, top tiers are not Yasuo. Most of the time, top tiers are not Yasuo, who are literally the best at everything. They are just really good at everything. That's more so what is Edelin, because Beatrix is strong at just about everything, but she's not the best at everything or top tier at everything. She's just good to great at everything. Belial wasn't the best at everything. Catalina wasn't the best at everything. They were just really good at basically everything. But they were in Yasuo and the best at everything.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I said everything, not something, just everything. Yes, Catalina had the best corner carry. But at the same time, she didn't have the best normals, the best okay, she was up there in terms of pressure as well. But she wasn't the literal best at everything.
Battle 2. Engage.
Also my day. Also they're doing day after Turkey Day in like 15 minutes. So not this one, but the match after this one, or one more win after this match, and then we'll have to call it for today, and then 2 SKO and Pokemon tomorrow.
Battle 3. Engage.
Yeah, Grand Blue devs are currently struggling with the too much versus too little, right? Because at the very beginning of the game, they did too little. Or sorry, they did too much. Right? Like Nier got absolutely dumpstered. Seox, I don't know. Would you guys consider Seox got dumpstered? And then Siegfried also got hit pretty hard. Got hit pretty hard as well. Yeah, well, Seox got buffs afterwards. I meant on the first round of nerfs that basically gutted the big three.
Battle 1. Engage.
So they nerfed the top characters pretty hard, right? Basically, what I'm getting at. They nerfed the top characters pretty hard at the beginning, and then they also buffed the characters pretty hard. Look at the case of Catalina and Percival going from bottom tier to top tier in a single patch. Lucilius too going from bottom to mid tier to top tier in a single patch. So they basically did a lot of those things all in one go. And then since then they have buffed characters hard, right? Barry, Matera, Vasaragas, etc. But in terms of nerfs, they've nerfed very little. So in the case of Beatrix nerfs, Belial nerfs. Catalina nerfs. Get to it. So they started off doing extremes, and now they nerf slightly, and then they buff extreme. Also, what's good, Rev? What's good, Potazos? I didn't actually ended up not doing Turkey Day yesterday. We're doing Turkey Day today in about 10 minutes, actually. So not this match, but after this match, next win, and we're going to be calling it for my day after Turkey Day, basically. My sister had to work, so instead of doing Turkey Day yesterday, we're doing Turkey Day today to make up for that. Fair enough. I woke up mashed, but he timed that to where I couldn't wake up mashed. I didn't get my spin. And I will continue the trend of telling you to shut up. Oh my god, again. All right, next win, and we got a call for me to go do. No, not you, man, I Potussus. We call that Gab? Okay. How you consistently dash? Practice. Lots and lots of practice.
Here begins Fate's episode. Beelzebub versus Grimner.
Okay, I just got called. I just got called. It's turkey time, so this is okay. So win or lose, this is last set.
Engage. Battle 2. Engage.
Yay, Buzz Zoe. Still considering playing. Still considering playing her. That's fine. That's less fine. Okay, it's fine again. That was interesting. Kick.
Believe in victory.
That shows just how much they changed the hitbox on that attack. He was literally falling through it before, like probably for a good few frames before he actually got hit by it. I really thought I got the punish there. Turns out I did not. There. So close. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, you guys have to consider this continue this conversation in his stream. Oh yeah, Paragon. Oh yeah, Paragon's running the tournament today. You guys shall have to you guys shall continue this conversation in the Paragon stream. Sorry for earlier stream ending, but like I said, we're doing Turkey Day today, so that just means early meal time. So going to be putting up the end screen here. Then I want to say thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Before I go, quick shout outs as always to the Kilvins with the raid, as long as of course with Trunks, the Rose Hashra, and Rice with the subs. I appreciate it. So that's it for me. We're gonna be back tomorrow. We're doing a bit of the 2XKO and a bit of Pokemon, since I guess me and Colonel are going to be continuing on with our Nuzlocke. I'm pretty sure we just finished the 8th gym, so maybe we'll actually finish it, or we'll be forced to start over. One of the two will happen. Until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time for you guys, because time zones, as always, are a very weird thing. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.